And gentlemen, let's call this meeting to order of the Board of License Commissioners for Carroll County. We will begin our meeting with the pledge of the flag and observe a moment of silence. Those who have gone before us, it is strictly voluntary this time. Ms. Baldwin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Our first agenda item is approval of the minutes from the January 15th board meeting, which you all should have received electronically as well as have a copy in front of you. Are there any corrections or additions?
No.
If not, they'll stand approved as presented. We have a request from the Vine on Main and Patapsco Distillery in Sykesville to hold their summer music events on Friday and Saturday nights from May 9 to November 8th, 2025, as they have done in the past.
8 years.
Okay, is there any objections?
No.
Hearing none, they will be approved. We have an application for a one-day liquor license from the City of Westminster for a whiskey and chocolate pairing to be held at Westminster City Hall on March the 8th, here in downtown Westminster. Now, when they say City Hall, are they speaking about Emerald Hill, or are they talking about downtown?
Downtown, the old BB&T
BB&T?
Bank Building. And it's a small group, selected people come to it.
Oh, I was gonna, yeah, it's a ticketed event.
Yep.
Who is holding this?
The city, Westminster Rec and Parks is hosting it.
Who just had one of those? Somebody. Sykesville?
Town of Sykesville had
Sykesville
a
just
Cocoa
had-
Crawl, yes.
So they're gonna sell tickets to anybody, but card them as they come in.
Yep.
You know if they're gonna do bands or anything, so they
No.
know, okay.
It's not supposed to be a big event.
Okay.
And they have several people who are alcohol awareness trained.
While Mr. Barnhart's looking that over, I forget what it was, something in the park in Tawnytown with a limited number with high price of tickets.
Oh, the binocular, the bird sighting.
Yeah.
I have not heard how that
I
went.
heard.
Hey, guys. We're gonna go to the business meeting, and then we'll call you. No, you just, come, on, it's part of the open public. You can see what
Any
goes on. the rest of
objections
the
to the
county.
Westminster?
No objections.
Okay. We just might as well go right through these couple things here.
Okay.
The blue teal book with all of the new
Is this
rules
the- I can't
and
hear it.
regulations, which we have approved
What happened?
and had the
He
hearing
can't
on,
report, she can't-
no
he can't
objections
even
and so
walk
on and
in
so
where you walk
forth.
down.
Do we have any further discussion on the book before we take the vote?
No.
Somebody like to make a motion that we approve the new rules and regulations as presented according to the February 25th revised edition of the Rules and Regulations of the Board of License Commissioners for Carroll County.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the revised rules and regulations for the Board of License Commissioners for Carroll County, dated February 2025.
Second the motion.
Motion's been made and second that we approve the revised rules and regulations to the Board of License Commissioners for Carroll County. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. So ordered.
I have extras if anyone wants the second one.
I do.
We have a request from the town of Sykesville for their summer events, the Art and Wine Festival, Sippin' on Summer Festival, and Craft Beer Festival, and so forth. The dates are listed there. Any objections?
No.
No objections. Did you want to see them?
Might want to see him. It's his belly whip down there.
Do you want me to discuss how this will be handled this year?
What will be handled?
They're going to get a state, we're talking about Sykesville events?
Yeah.
They're going to get a state festival, nonprofit state festival permit. And this way will allow our establishments to participate and sell alcohol on the street with their license, with board approval.
State festival permit.
Yep, nonprofit state festival permit.
Would that be through the Downtown Sykesville Connection?
That's who's going to apply for it.
Apply for a permit?
We're actually going back to what we were 2 years ago, which allowed our local business to participate. So you will not be seeing a one-day liquor license for these events.
Going forward, you mean?
Right.
These events coming up, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, this is just a list of them. Okay, gotcha.
Right. But you'll be seeing businesses request to participate in those events.
And they're using the same footprint for all the events.
Yep.
Call that a state nonprofit permit?
Yes. Nonprofit festival permit. If you guys want to participate in that, you have to request. Didn't you do it 2 years ago?
Okay, well, let's hold off the last one here and go back for our 10 o'clock.
Come on up.
Hearing for Beer Bath to come in and request an upgrade to a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license from a Class D beer and wine license.
Who wants to talk, George?
What's that? I can start it off.
Before we do that, do we need to have them sworn?
I would think so.
Yeah.
All those who intend to testify, please stand, raise your right hand, and be sworn in by Ms. Vance.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, before you testify, when you testify, gentlemen, the first time, please state your full name, spell your last name, and give your address. For the record, the address can be business or residence, either one. So who's going to talk first?
Well, I can say my name, Hector Enriquez. My last name is Enriquez. My address is 400 Tanglewood Drive, Sykesville, Maryland, 21784.
Yeah, I'm Gregory Barron, B-A-R-A-N, and 5891 Woodbine Road, Woodbine, Maryland.
Why do you want a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license?
Yeah, part of our business strategy, we're a little over a year old now, was looking to increase our, broaden our customer base, strengthening our competitive advantage in the market. We believe that we're not getting our full potential of the market and the customer base due to the fact that we are limited of what drinks we do serve.
What do you base those assumptions under? Have you done any surveys or anything?
No, we don't have surveys. We just have basically a market analysis on, we're seeing increase in, spirits category, 42% increase in revenue and 56 in sales volume year over year. We're seeing in other organizations. We're also seeing a trend in beer, starting to slide with the younger generation and more going to seltzers and such and more liquors. Really all it is just word of mouth and conversation about people not coming to our establishment due to the fact that we don't have the full license.
You have an alcoholic beverage license. Maybe my understanding was perhaps that your other amenities there were the drawing card when you originally started in this business, and now, based upon what you just said, maybe it's alcoholic beverage service?
Correct.
So has your beer bath been as successful?
Yes, it has. Yeah, I mean, the tubs and the spa, account for a large percentage of our revenue right now, just the services themselves. So that's been as successful as we expected it to be. The front half of the house has actually been trailing a bit when it comes to sales and revenue and customer base. It's obviously growing. So we're looking to figure out how, we increase that volume.
How does food play into your new strategy?
Want to speak to food? Yeah.
I bring a sample of the menu that we have right now, and the next week also we're gonna increase a little bit more dishes, but that's pretty much all the food that we have right now. We expand the menu a lot. We have more than 25 different dishes right now, including salad, full meals. So I think that's gonna help a little bit.
You have any full course meals?
Yes.
Tell us about the food preparation.
Yeah, but pretty much everything is easy for us. Some of the stuff we bought it pre-made. Other stuff is made in-house, but everything is easy with our kitchen. Our kitchen is small on equipment, but it's big on space and on staff, so we can handle all that food there. We also have in right now flatbread pizzas and that kind of stuff. We have a small toaster that we can put all that stuff there, so yeah.
Say, right now you have flatbread pizza,
Yes,
Yeah,
and you have a kitchen.
yes.
correct.
And what is in the kitchen? What type of appliances?
The equipment that we have?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have two different conveyor toasters.
Convection, yeah.
That's the big one. That's what we use pretty much for everything. The microwave, of course, and all the refrigeration equipment.
You have a full restaurant license from the health department?
We have the one in the middle. I don't know if it's the full restaurant. It's
I think it's full.
it's the one in the middle one because
High priority?
Priority, correct.
Priority.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We also have a full walk-in cooler, so our kegs sit in that room also, and that's where all the food is stored, because there's a lot of storage, and we have extra refrigerators and space for the food, because we knew that we were going to increase our food volume over the last 12, 13 months, which we have from day one.
What's your percentage for the first year?
Food, alcohol, call it 62, food 37. So alcohol sales to food sales, 62 to 37. That excludes services, tubs, of course.
And this is the current menu or the menu that you're,
That's the current menu.
That's correct.
but you're hoping to expand this?
Yes.
Here we are.
So the sandwiches are pre-made, and then,
Well, no, the sandwich, we made the sandwich there, yeah. Yeah, the stuff that is pre-made pretty much is the meat, so the kind of stuff that we buy, the sausage
okay.
for the hot dogs, that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, everything's made to order, right? So all the materials there, put together as it comes through. You know, we are looking to other opportunities as other types of foods like wings and things like that, and figuring out how do we potentially get different equipment to support that, you know, greater volume and the temperature controls that we need. So that's actually what part of the 25 plan right now is. Our strategy is broadening that food base, knowing that we don't have fryers.
So you're basically asking to upgrade your license to allow additional alcoholic beverages, but you're also planning on upgrading your food offerings.
Correct.
So on Rule 20, the minimum amount of percentage is 41% of food sales, and you're at 37. Do you anticipate, if you're adding more alcohol, that's going to even out so that you meet the guidelines?
Yes, well, because at the beginning we start with less food than we have right now. For maybe the first 6 months, we only have like a charcuterie boards and small appetizers. So of course that's lower the sales of the food a lot. Right now we are increasing the sales. That number is based on the entire year, not on the last few months. So we hope that we're going to increase a lot the food with that new equipment, new menu, and of course with the new alcohol.
Do you have any plans on changing your hours? Or are you keeping the hours of operation the same?
No plans.
No plans right now, yeah.
Yeah.
We're so far away from the original rules, you don't even recognize them. What are your hours of operation now?
We close on Tuesday. We are open Monday from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday the same, 2 p.m., 9 p.m. Friday, Saturday, 11 to 11, so 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And Sundays is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah.
What's usually your busiest time?
Normally Friday and Saturday between 5 and 8 p.m.
Does that apply to the beer bath or the bar?
Beer bath is pretty much all day long. Yeah.
Yeah, the beer bath, we see Friday through Monday sales. So we'll see today, like Friday through Monday, good sales. Obviously, Saturday and Sunday are big days. Like Hector said, Fridays, Saturdays are obviously important. And then we, whatever, some events we throw on the weekday to drive sales, weekday sales.
Speaking of which, the last time I visited Beer Bath, there were a lot of people with blindfolds on, off to the side, doing an event.
Correct.
What was that event?
Yeah. Speaking of the event, we have on this Friday.
I think that one was the
Blind
chamber, right?
No, blind dinner. The blind dinner.
Oh, the dining
Yeah.
in the dark? Okay.
Yeah, we do dining in the dark around Valentine's, 4-course meal paired with drinks. It's a sensory activity event where you're obviously can't see, but you can smell, your taste, your other senses kick in. It's done in other cities and around the United States, and it's a big hit.
And if we were to grant your request, would that help you with these type of events? You could increase these type of events?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if we look at, I'm just looking at some of our data, event hosting, for example, we did a lot of events around the holidays, right? People want to use our space to, for their event, whether it's a business or a personal event. And what we see is event hosting, they're less appealing to us. So they'll go somewhere else down the road that has that other option that we don't have today. They're like, you don't have a margarita, you don't have a whatever. So that's a big one. That's another thing. Also seasonality and trendy drinks, right? We don't have the ability to make those summer drinks, those cocktails. Obviously we can do mocktails, but that looks like there's another opportunity there. But we do see lots of sales and lots of business around events.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, other questions?
Just one last question. So should this request be granted and you are able to serve liquor drinks in addition to what you serve now, what type of drinks are you contemplating? Just the standard ones you mentioned, margarita and Oh, do you have a
So
menu?
Yeah, we set drink menu, cocktails that we're going to start out of the gate. Obviously, that's to make sure our controls in place for the spa area and obviously the front half of the business.
Yeah, we are not planning to sell like a full bar, like a old type of drink. We're gonna have like a selection of cocktails already pre-made, or well, pre-choosed,
Mixed.
Reset, yeah.
and start with that one. So yeah.
So here lies my confusion with the Class B restaurant that doesn't open till 2. For the purposes of the annotated code of the state, 16-902B2, it says that a meal must be available during, but not limited to. So you don't open till 2. So is that your lunch? Because it says from 12 to 2. So it's 2 till what is your lunch? What is your dinner? Because it's 2 meals a day that you're supposed to serve to get a Class B license. Do you have a lunch crowd? Do you?
We have lunch crowd and a lot of people on the weekends, for sure. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we open at 11. So we have a lot of people getting lunch. On the weekdays, the business anyway is a little bit slow on the tap room, but we have some people asking for lunch after 2 p.m.
Yeah, we do brunch on Sunday too. So we have a brunch that we have people coming to, as Hector mentioned. Friday's obviously open at 11 because more people are in that area are off work and looking for a place to eat lunch. But we had it open, look at the volume, the sales, and the traffic, and based off the operating costs, we determined that around 2 or so, people start to come in, and that was a decision made back then. So.
My interpretation is, and what I tell everybody, they have to be open at lunchtime, 11 o'clock. They have to serve lunch 5 days a week, along with meals. Unless they,
It says that they must be open from 12 to 2, but it's not limited to 12 to 2, but it does say must be open 12 to 2 for lunch.
but I take it as a meal to be able to serve a meal at that time too. Unless they want to get our license and only serve 1 meal a day. That's an option also. But when I talk to people, my interpretation is 2 meals is lunch and dinner, or breakfast and lunch.
Regardless of what time of day it is,
This time of day.
even if
Two
it's
separate meals.
stated in a state law.
Correct. So basically,
So
5 days a
you're-
week, you have to go to lunch. Unless you want to go get the R license, which only
1 meal.
requires one
Yeah,
meal a day.
correct.
But you can serve lunch still.
So you don't have a full-service bar. You're going to concentrate on pre-mixed drinks, just like your food's pre-mixed. Very little's ever made there.
Yeah, we don't want to have like a full bar all the time because that's not the core of our business. The core of our business is the beer bath and of course the beers itself. So we want to keep that as well our main business, but we are looking for the alcohol for that kind of customer that are looking for another option and they don't go there. Most of the time, it's like the husband want to go there because we have beer, but the wife say, oh no, I don't want to go there because they don't have alcohol. So we are trying to reach that kind of people too, and that's the reason for this. But we are not planning to say, if you go there and, hey, can I have a gin tonic? Well, maybe we don't have that one right now. We have only the cocktail that is on the menu. That's our idea.
Also, like we did with the food and even the beers to a certain extent, year one strategy here for this would be to ease into this, right, ramp up, right, and figure out what the market, the opportunity is versus full end, pouring everything. So we'll keep that limited. We got to do training, obviously we got to get our staff trained up appropriately, make sure we have the right people. So just like we did last year, ramp up with the food, we'll ramp up with our service offerings. Same thing with this. We would restrict it down to a handful of drinks, and so we can control the experience.
Any other questions?
No.
No.
So they're requesting just a straight Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. An upgrade from a Class D beer and wine. Spector, do you have any other comments?
If the board does approve it, I request that they submit quarterly alcohol versus food sales every 3 months through the first year, that we can monitor alcohol food sales.
That's required.
Just making sure,
Just putting it on the record, I guess,
Yeah.
because this is a new aspect of the business for you guys. So you heard what the chairman and our inspector said, that you have to, at least in the first year, give us reports about the ratio of sales, food to alcohol.
you do that quarterly, and then after the first year, you can just do it yearly.
Yep, understood, yeah.
So based upon the comments that they made, it brings up another question, where they're only doing 37% or whatever it is of food now.
Correct. They need to bump their food up to over 41%.
Right.
So technically, they're in violation now.
Well,
No, 'cause they're
they don't
Class
have
D.
that, they don't have a restaurant license
Their
now.
Class D is no food requirement with the Class D license.
Yeah.
So it has to be at least 41% if they have a restaurant. It doesn't have to be more than 41%, it has to be at least 41%.
Yeah, I mean, 60/40, I explained 60/40. 60% alcohol, 40% food.
Okay.
You know,
And I think they've testified that that's their goal.
That's the goal, correct.
100%.
You understand that if you don't reach that, then there's a problem
Yeah.
of not in compliance with our rules and regulations.
How many of these establishments are throughout the country? Based upon, my memory's not what it used to be, but when you first applied here,
0.
your expectations was beer, bath, beer. Then you get wine to take care of the ladies. Now, who's the whiskey gonna take care of? It can't be kids, because they're not old enough.
Yeah, but that's,
When I think of the name beer bath, I'm thinking about beer and bath, that you would have a bar as wide as this room with nothing but craft beers and stuff.
right.
Not hard liquor. But now you've changed. Plus the fact, don't get me started about meals.
Your business is very unique.
Well, I think that was, I'm sorry, I think that was the purpose of the D license, because of the uniqueness of it. So does that still hold true as a,
No, they don't need a deer license, they don't need a D license to have beer bath. They can have no license and have a beer bath.
no, I know, but I think that was the purpose of asking for just a D, because of it, the uniqueness of it, the D was
I
easy
don't-
get.
I don't recall that. But at any rate, do you draw customers outside of Carroll County?
Oh, a
Benny.
lot.
Benny.
Because it's a unique business?
Yes, we have customers from different states, New York, Virginia, Vermont. We have people from Delaware, New Jersey, everywhere.
And just so everyone's clear, the bathing that is done there is not done in actual beer, it's done in hops?
Hops and barley.
Yeah, okay.
Where do you get your hops and barley from?
From different local farms.
Name them.
Bear Branch is one that we get the malt, and the hops, sometimes we get it online, sometimes we get it from one place in Columbia that is called, it's a small store, and sometimes the brewery is held like
Columbia and Howard County?
yes. Sometimes we get it from Port City, there is another brewery. Yeah, depending on the brewery, sometimes they help us with the hops. But the malt, for example, the barley is always from Beer Branch that is right here in Westminster. It's a big farm.
Gentlemen, ladies?
How many seating do you have?
Our capacity is 130 something, but our seats is 82.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Chairman, as we're sitting here thinking, my thoughts are this is a very unique business. And I have always considered it to be an amenity to Carroll County. It draws from outside the county. I think it's basically a European concept. And the spa that they offer is kind of thing that you give as a gift to your wife for her birthday. It's although I haven't been able to convince mine yet, but at any rate, I would like to see this business succeed, and these gentlemen have testified that this would help them further their business goals. I think their testimony has been thoughtful, and they understand that there's a bit of a challenge, that they have some ratios that they need to meet. It doesn't sound like they're offering a full-service bar. You have kind of a limited cocktail menu, but you want to increase your food and increase your sales, increase your business. And to that point, I think this is a well-run business. We've had no problems with Beer Bath, and I'm in favor of the request.
Are you alcohol management certified?
Both.
Both, thank
Yes.
you. I agree with Commissioner Barnhart. It's, seems like it's a good fit for the community, and whatever we can do to help you bring in more customer base is always a benefit, so.
Commissioners, we need a motion and a second.
I move that we approve the request of Beer Bath to upgrade to a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license from their current Class D beer and wine license.
I second the motion.
Motion's been properly made and second that we approve the request from Beer Bath to upgrade to a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license from a Class D beer, wine license. Any other discussion on the motion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. So ordered. Congratulations, gentlemen. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll look forward to your quarterly reports.
Yes. Thank you.
You still have your welcome packet?
Yes.
It's in that welcome packet.
Okay. Perfect. I saw that you put this one the other day, was you? I put it inside the...
Yep.
Okay, so we need to fill this one before
Yeah,
the...
fill it out.
I see that now.
Okay.
Just probably should keep a record. How many businesses come in here with an ID and then a year later, it's a different ID.
Oh, yeah,
and a year
he had it in
later,
his hand.
different ID.
Gotcha. Good to know.
You want to take a break, or you want the next one?
What?
Are we taking a break, or you want the next case?
No, let's go ahead and get Mr. Stanball's.
That's the next case, ain't it? Oh, yeah.
As is customary, Madam Attorney, would you please call case 6540, please?
Yes, I can. We have 6540. This is an application for a new license for a Class BRC beer, wine, and liquor with catering, open for one meal only. License to be issued to Tony Cromer for use of Flood Zone Brewery LLC, trading as Flood Zone Brewery, located on 50 North Main Street, Union Bridge, Maryland, in Election District 12. In the file, we have a notice of public hearings that was published in the Carroll County Times on Friday, January 31st of 2025 for this hearing, as well as a legal notice published for the Board of License Commissioners on February 12th of 2025 for today in the Carroll County Times on Friday, January 24th of 2025. We have a January 2nd, 2025 letter to Ms. Cromer from Joe Vance advising her of the public hearing for today's date and time. We have a Board of License Commissioners for Carroll County application that was submitted for this case. This was submitted on January 1st of 2025. This includes the character references and all of the other applicable documents within, including driving record, criminal background checks, workman's comp, financial information, and corporate minutes. I move to enter this into evidence at this time, and the file will be entered.
We'll accept that into evidence. At this time, I would ask all those who intend to testify, please stand, raise your right hands, and be sworn in by Ms. Vance.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. All may be seated. As you testify, before you testify the first time, please state your full name, spell your last name, and give your address for the record, please. The address can be residence or business. Who is going to proceed?
I will. I'm Tony Cromer, Crawmer, and the address of the business is 50 North Main Street, Union Bridge, 21791.
Tell us what you want to do.
Okay, good morning. I'm here to transfer the liquor license from Flood Zone Brewery from Jerry and Beth Stamball to myself, their daughter. As of January 1st, 2025, I own 10% of Flood Zone, and within the next month, I will own 100% of Flood Zone. Since the brewery's start in 2020, I have done most of the clerical work, including but not limited to the payroll, taxes, and all the admin work in the office. I'm excited to become the owner and for myself and my husband, Mike, to continue keeping the business running smoothly as it has been for the last 5 years, and to continue the community vision that Jerry and Beth have had and been so successful with. Transferring the license to my name is the only change that will be made to the brewery. Mike has been running the day-to-day for the last 4 years and will continue to do so. He has over 20 years of experience in the restaurant business, and he's excited and I'm excited to continue it with our own establishment.
I'm confused. Is this a transfer of the existing D, or is it that's what they have now, right? Or is this a new license for a BRC?
No, it's not a new license. It's right now,
Oh, new licensee,
new licensee who owns currently
okay.
10%.
And what do they have, what license do they have currently?
It's a BRCL.
Okay, okay.
But can they do the transfer? I mean, because then you have to come back again to do the transfer, right?
No, it's just changing ownership interest.
It's not really a transfer, she's just adding to her ownership.
Yeah.
She's current, I mean,
But she wants.
It's not
Oh, you want that?
It's not
Mary-
changing the corporate entity. It's just changing the interest in the corporate entity.
Okay, but I thought you were
Corporate
taking
entities.
their names off the license.
They are coming off, yes.
Yeah, so she's gonna be the new licensee. Corporate entity's gonna stay the same. Currently, she's 10%, they're 90, but then she will become 100% owner of the corporate entity.
We're pretty sure March 1st, I will be 100%. We've just been waiting on lawyers and the contracts, but as of now, I'm 10%.
who's on the license now?
Jerry and Beth Stamball.
Stamball.
Stamball,
Right.
yes.
Okay. I understand, yeah. That's not what the name is.
And are either one here?
My mother is, yes.
And what is their ownership interest?
How much they own currently? My father is 45 and my mother is 45.
Okay. And they're selling their 45 to you.
To me,
Is this a stock corporation?
no.
Is it LLC?
Yes.
While he's looking something up, this got nothing to do with this. Is Jerry, is he home or is he still in Florida?
Still in Florida.
Don't hold it against me.
He's recovering from shingles.
Yes.
That's why he's not here.
No. I'll talk to him after it's over, but it has nothing to do with this case. That's
Okay.
what I just asked. That was my assumption, and that's the reason I asked.
So, am I reading this right? On December 23rd of 2024, Elizabeth and Jerry gave you the 10% ownership you now have.
Correct.
So you were not an owner until December 23rd, 2024.
Correct. I believe it was January 1st, but yes.
It took effect January 1st.
Okay. We had hoped that I would be 100% or have purchased 100% of it by now, but like I said, it's been a little slow going here.
All right, so last year you purchased 10%.
Correct.
And how much did you pay for the 10%?
It was a gift.
Okay. Are you buying the 90% interest now, or is that a gift?
No, I'm purchasing it, yes.
I think this, most of the operations of the family have been whatever the interests have been, is a family-type operation where all members have kind of contributed. And Mr. and Mrs. Stamball pretty much have reached the point of,
Can you speak up, Larry?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
it's my perception that you and Jerry's businesses have almost always been involving the family, whether it be excavating, whether it be restaurant business, or whatever the case might be. And I think, like many of us, we reach a certain age where we'd like to back off and let our family kind of continue with the family business. And I think maybe this is a situation, along with the other business interests, where the family is, senior part of the family is kind of relaxing a little bit more than what they have during their lifetime, and the rest of the family, the children, so on and so forth, of picking up the slack now where they've always been involved to start with.
So, you and your husband will buy the 90%.
I will buy the 90%.
Okay, in the application, it says, my husband, Michael Kramer, and I will purchase the remaining 90% of the business.
Sorry, just me.
Are you alcohol management certified?
The Rams, yes.
Do we need something in writing from the current licensees that they wish to be taken off the license?
It's customary.
Yeah, you're gonna, yes.
Do we have anything in the file? I don't think we have anything in the file. But we do have the one licensee here who can testify, but we don't have anything from the other licensee. There are two licensees on a license, right?
Husband and wife.
Jerry and,
Okay.
I mean, Larry and Vic. They could submit a resignation letter.
Right, okay. Will the resident agent for the LLC change?
I'm sorry, what does that mean?
If someone wants to sue, there's a resident agent who accepts service. LLCs usually have a resident agent named.
And before it was probably my father, and it'll be me now. That's how I always took it with LLCs. Before it was my father and my mother, so now I'll take on the full ownership, so then it will be my name.
So we may require some corporate documents indicating that
Okay,
to go along into our file.
okay.
By the way, I think it's one of the best businesses in Carroll County. I've always enjoyed going there.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
My parents have worked really hard, and my husband has worked really hard, so we're excited to continue and improve.
Do either of you have any other questions of Tanya?
No.
If not, sir, what would you like to say? Anything?
Myself?
Yes.
No, sir. I mean, I think we're
State your name and address for the record.
Michael Kramer, CRAWMER, 50 North Main Street, Union Bridge, Maryland is the business organization. No, we're just very excited to keep going how we've been going for the last 5 years. Jerry and Beth built a beautiful restaurant and brewery, and we just hope to continue to service the community and keep going in the right direction.
Do you ever have complaints about parking from some of your neighbors?
Yes, we do. Not from the neighbors as much as just we're a little limited for the size, but not so much from the neighbors.
Well, isn't there a business across the street where you can use?
Stamballs.
Oh, okay.
Stamballs.
All right. I didn't make that connection. All right. They don't complain. Stamballs don't complain?
It's a business deal.
Yeah.
How about the mayor? He doesn't complain.
He complained that every once in a while that we don't have enough people there, so.
So just to share, I've been shared with our attorney Liz that the LLC is now under a corporation, so that won't need to have corporate documents, and then we can get the copy of the new articles of organization off of the website when that's done, but they'll need to write new articles of organization.
Yeah, we don't have any in the file, right?
I don't think so.
No, because
corporation?
the LLC is not changing. That would have been in the original file.
Right, and we don't have that here, is what I'm
And
saying.
the resident agent is an incorporation.
Correct. So the
Resident
resident,
agent what?
Resident agent.
the
The
resident agent
agent.
is a third-party corporation, which is
Ah,
corporations set up that act as resident agents so that they notify in timely manners if a suit comes in or something else comes in. It's fairly standard, so that will not need to change from owner to owner, assuming
is
they
that
keep
in
it
the
same.
file right there in front of you?
No, it's.
No, it's on the
upstairs?
Maryland Business Search. They're all public record.
It's actually something, that particular page, it's actually something that rarely goes into the file.
And you say because of that entity, they'll do the articles of organization, file it on the website?
Correct, that will
Okay.
change, that will also go on the website as well, but the registered agent is a third-party corporation, so that does not need to change.
Thank you.
Who is the resident agent?
It is currently United States Corporation Agents Incorporated. They're located out of Rosedale, Maryland.
You have some people to testify as to the worthiness of you holding a license with you, I believe.
So,
Would you like to introduce them, and they can come up here and sit down, or use that mic back there? Just state your name and address for the record.
My name is Beth Stambaugh, Stambaugh, 50 North Main Street, Union Bridge, Maryland. Jerry is not here, as I inappropriately said earlier. He is recovering from shingles, and he is still in Florida. I flew home to be part of this, and I would like to read to you something that Jerry and I collaborated on to read and present to you all today. First, we would like to thank you for considering our request to change the license from us to Tony Stambaugh Cromer. Tony is currently a 10% owner and will acquire full ownership as soon as the purchasing contract can be completed. It's been 5+ years that Jerry and I stood before you with our vision, and quite honestly, we didn't even realize the magnitude of the journey we were embarking upon. However, we've been very fortunate to have your support, and Keith has helped tremendously with knowledge and guidance. And I might add, our flood zone staff has been stellar, which includes Tony and Mike. Tony has worked behind the scenes from the beginning, ensuring that all permits and any important documents have been filed and payments made. She knows the importance of the inner workings and is very responsible and committed to ensuring Flood Zone will continue with its good practices. Mike has been our manager for years and has provided the Flood Zone staff with the necessary guidance and support. Flood Zone venue has provided Jerry and I to do something we've always wanted to do, and that's give back. We have held strong to ensuring that everyone who walks through our doors knows that we support military, our police, and our first responders, and we hope that customers walk away with the understanding and appreciation of our support. As we move on from the owners of Flood Zone to the founders, we hope the new owners, Tony and Mike, will allow us and help us continue our fundraising efforts. Thank you again for your support and trust in us, and be assured that your same support and trust in Tony will be validated. Thank you.
It's one simple question.
What's that?
Do you think your daughter is a proper and fit person to hold an alcoholic beverage license?
Absolutely.
Thank you. That has to be on the record.
And also for the record, are you giving permission for, are you removing yourself from the license in order to have them put on the license should it be approved?
Yes.
Thank you.
What she read could be submitted as a resignation letter,
I agree.
as an exhibit, if you don't mind giving up.
Don't check my spelling.
We don't take points away.
Okay, good.
Stambaugh, thank you very much for all that you and Jerry and your family has been and the whole Stambaugh clan.
Thank you.
Success of agriculture and business and building and whatever involved in from the whole family.
Thank
Others
you.
as well as.
This has been marked as applicant's exhibit 1.
Thank you very much, and we wish Jerry a speedy recovery. I was under the impression from one of your other neighbors, New Windsor neighbors, who spoke to Jerry, I think, by phone, that he was kind of under the weather, and I didn't expect him to be here for that reason. But
All right.
I just wanted to verify it when I asked you a while ago. So
Thank you.
thank you very much, and
Thank you.
good luck.
Thank you.
Next.
Hi, my name is Lucy Staley, Staley, and my business address is also 50 North Main Street, Union Bridge. Jerry and Beth were kind enough to give me an opportunity to start my own business inside of Flood Zone also, which has been amazing to our family, and I couldn't be more grateful. When Mike got involved as the manager, it just made it so much better too, because it gave me a person to go to anytime I needed someone or needed support or anything like that. And I have known Tony and Mike for 15 years now, I guess. Our children are the best of friends. Tony and I have been the best of friends for many, many years, and it's just created a really unique relationship where we're able to balance business and personal life also. And I couldn't say enough great things, and I'm more than excited for them to take over Flood Zone. And I think that Tony is a wonderful person to be able to hold a liquor license.
Thank you.
Your turn.
Mike, it's your turn. You want,
You
now,
want
now,
me to start? You're under
now's
oath.
the time that you may say anything you want. You're under oath.
I'm just really excited to be here and to continue to, what we planned out to do. So, Tony is obviously a great person to take over the liquor license, but I also think that we have the ability to not only help our small town, but also to help the county as well. So that's what we're trying to continue to do, trying to do it safe as possible.
So you feel she's a fit and proper person to hold a liquor license?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Inspector Benford, you have any comments?
Just going over our wage charts, they've been checked 3 times for underage sale. They passed all 3 times. They've had 1 DUI report this year, and they average about 1 every other year since 2021.
Which probably is not unusual considering the volume of people that go through that
I think
business.
that's very good numbers, yes.
That's very good, yeah.
Okay.
Take it seriously.
If there's no other evidence to be presented, or testimony is now closed, and if you'd like to make any closing final remarks.
No, I would just like to thank everyone for being here and giving me the opportunity to do this.
Yes, sir.
Inspector, you have any final remarks?
No, I think they've done a very good job. I've talked to Mike several times in the past 5 years, and every time has been very helpful. I think it'd be a good person, Tony. I've never met her besides when she took the alcohol awareness class. But I think those couple would be a good fit and proper people to hold a liquor license. I'm gonna combine both because they both work together.
With that, all evidence and testimony has been presented. We will now discuss the merits of the application for a new licensee for a Class BRC beer, wine, and liquor license with catering to Tony Cromer for the use of Flood Zone Brewery LLC, trading as Flood Zone Brewery, 50 North Main Street, Union Bridge, Maryland. Commissioners, you've heard the testimony. Comments, motions?
It's very obvious that Tony has been involved in the business and knows what's going on. I really think Lucy should have made a video to present to us today, since they're all over the place. Your witnesses spoke, your character references spoke very highly of you. I
Date, time.
feel personally that you will continue to do a good job at
Carroll County
the
Sheriff's Department.
business that provides such a service to the whole community. And I would be in favor of the approval pending a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'm prepared to make a motion. I do feel that Flood Zone is a great Carroll County business. It's clear. My feelings about that, and I think it's also clear that the applicant to be placed on the license is not just fit and proper to be placed on the license, but is probably the best fit to take over the business, the family business. So, Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion at this time if that's agreeable.
Please do.
Mr. Chairman, in the case of 6540, which is an application for a new licensee for a Class BRC beer, wine, and liquor with catering open for one meal only, license to be issued to Tony Cromer for the use of Flood Zone Brewery LLC. Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the application.
Motion's been properly made. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Motion's been properly made and seconded that this board approve the application under case 6540 for a new licensee for a Class BRC beer, wine, and liquor with catering open for one meal only. The license to be issued to Tony Cromer for the use of Flood Zone Brewery LLC, trading as Flood Zone Brewery, 50 North Main Street, Union Bridge, Maryland. Any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no, so ordered. Congratulations, best wishes, and the Stanball family is kind of synonymous with the northwestern part of Carroll County. Not only the flood zone, but construction, you name it, agriculture, you name it, so on and so forth.
Thank you.
Best
Thank you
wishes.
very much. Thank you.
Best wishes and good luck. Now,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Joe.
I
Did you
need
fill out the
to
renewal
ask
packet?
Tony or your mother if you'll come up here, please. They got nothing to do with what we're talking about, so.
Boy.
We're gonna take a 5-minute recess.
Dave wants to talk to you.
Okay, we're back in session. Going back to our business session, the last item on the agenda was the discussion of the DUI reports for 2024, which you all have a copy here before you. And as you all can see, they're certainly down from last year, and doesn't appear to me, even though one of them is a concern, but if you look down the list, it's kind of ones and maximum of 2, so. As was pointed out, you know, the same 1 or 2 are on here every year, and you would expect them to be, if anybody's been on here, because of the number of patrons involved through their establishment during the year. The thing that always concerns me is, for instance, the second one on the list here, 3 beers and 3 shots. Well, they shouldn't have had keys if they all were at the same place, depending upon how long they were there and if they had anything to eat. And then you drop down here, 6 beers, 4 to 5 drinks, 4 to 5 beers. How, you don't know whether they all had them at one establishment or whether they were at several establishments. But my point being is, somebody served them those drinks. They shouldn't have. And how we do that, I don't know.
And this is all self-reported. This is what the suspect tells the trooper officer. The last column, the C is Carroll County Sheriff's Department, W is Westminster Police Department, and the M is Maryland State Police.
So we're getting all agencies now doing this with us?
Yes, I am seeing a lot of reports. A lot of reports don't ask or do not write in the report where they're coming from. Or I get a lot of friends' houses,
Yeah,
a lot of drunk friends.
yeah.
And if you look at the second and third pages, you can see our yearly totals.
That's amazing. It's 11 last year, year before 23, year before like 39.
I was told the police department never take credit for when the stats go down, because they always go back up, so.
Let me divine that Bellissimos is not on the list this year.
Nope, they are not. No, they are on the list
They are.
this year.
Yeah,
They
they're
are
on
on the
there.
list, yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I saw Frank.
yeah.
Go out of
Yeah,
business.
there he is.
April 13th.
That was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Any comments, questions? Suggestions? Criticism?
Now, do we send up Bellisimo's a well-done card or something?
Well, if they ever get the place open, have you heard any updates? It was gonna be January 1, and that's passed?
I hope by March, but I need to go down and talk to him again. I'm not sure what's happening.
I
It looks
haven't-
nice inside. They opened it up. It is gorgeous
I
inside.
haven't been inside, but according to the dumpsters was there,
Yeah.
it's gotta be a whole lot different. Something's different.
What's it going to be again? Keith?
To
I butchered this.
Fiatas or something like that.
Yamada.
Did the place out Mount Airy, the old Quail Ridge Inn, did that open? The one out 27?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now it's
They've been.
salt water.
Okay. I don't get out that way. Is it, okay.
It's higher end sushi and hibachi and stuff like that.
Real tasty.
Nice.
It's the same owner who owns Sushi Q.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
Oh, and, Reshma Vade, Padiata Curry, she's not going to renew.
That's the lady that was here last month.
That you suspended March 1st.
Was there a criminal charge? Did that go through for the, because he wasn't,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
because he
I-
wasn't going to go to the.
He's been
diversion?
criminally charged, but I have not heard anything since then. I haven't had a hearing date yet.
She paid her fine.
Who was criminally charged?
Because he didn't want to go to the diversion program.
Oh,
Yes, he
last hearing.
yeah, denied. Renewal packets, we have almost all the renewal packets out. We still have Mount Airy and Westminster to do. I got, I don't know, maybe 70 left to do renewal packets. Bill's taken several of them and done. He's like, I didn't know that place existed.
I'm learning a lot about Carroll County. Wow.
Our compliance checks going.
We have 2 violations coming up next month. For the most part, they're going pretty well. But we do have 2 violations for next month.
I was in Jeannie,
Paradiso's and Stables.
I was in Jeannie Bird's, I guess, shortly after they got the paperwork saying that they had passed. He was actually Bernie was so pleased that he actually got paperwork that told him that they passed, so. he was-
We've been doing that for several years.
Yeah, I told him, I thought that, he said he didn't know, I guess he's never,
They were hard to check, because it's hard to find a volunteer in the morning.
right.
They were over for breakfast and lunch. We finally got someone to get in there.
And with volunteers, we have Maryland State Police, we have a cadet we're going to start using. First time will be on the 20th of this month. Hampstead Police is offering up somebody that's working with them as well. And then I have a couple volunteers from Career and Tech, so things are moving forward pretty well.
Since you're from Hampstead, and I see here something I read in the paper not too long ago about complaints about police officers and so on and so forth. Hampstead seemed to have more than what their share should be.
Working with them as the background investigator, there's some very good aggressive police officers there. I know the more traffic stops you make, the more complaints you get. Chief Schneider he doesn't tolerate things. So I haven't talked to him about that yet, because normally he bounces things off of me just to get my opinion on things with our relationship we have up there. And it's probably 1 or 2, more than likely 1 that I can think of that's a little too aggressive, that he's actually working inside right now because of that reason.
I was just curious, since you.
Yeah, no,
We're
it's,
on record.
okay, yeah. With the amount of people that they have, The officers, it's a good police department.
Anything else to be brought before this august body? If not, Ms. Liz, thank you very much.
Glad to be here. This is a learning experience.
Stop by, you're welcome at any time.
Thank you. I happen to work very close by.
We sometimes have an abundance of attorneys in here, and I like to rile them all up
I
because
apologize in advance for that, I guess.
they all have different opinions.
We're certainly known for our opinions, that's for sure.
Ms. Joe, next meeting will be in this establishment,
March 12th.
March the 12th at 10 a.m. And as previously mentioned, we have a couple hearings scheduled for violations for that date, so other business. If there's no other business to be brought before this body, this meeting's adjourned.